You good?
Yes, sir.
All right, it was good. I thought it was a good spring game or showcase. Sorry, good spring showcase. It was really enjoyed getting a chance to have our fans back in Doak Campbell. It was a really good atmosphere. Great to see a lot of our players. We had 20 guys. It was the first time that they got a chance to go out and obviously some newcomers that are still going through the process of rehabilitation from off-season injuries, but really excited about the work and competitiveness I'm seeing from this team. I thought today really showed some flashes on both sides. Some good things that showed up. Some young guys that got a chance to get out there and showcase a variety of different talents and areas that they've grown in their game. Some older veterans put on at a high level, so I thought it was a good day. And there was times where the defense had great sequences of getting stops, and then the offense responded and was able to create some explosives and move the ball down the field. I just thought it was a competitive day. I think we're continuing to get better. So I like what I saw.
First question will be Ira.
You've talked about Kentron having a really good spring, but to see him do it on that stage, in the stadium, how good was that? And you seem to be really excited by one of his blocks as well as the catches.
Yeah, Kentron, he's made big plays in big games, and so he's done that. And what I like is the consistency that I'm seeing, from that. And we knew when he got here that he was very talented. Kind of unique situation. He only played 1 year, his 1 year high school football. Really had to come into his own, and you see just the development, the growth. It's a great job by him putting in the work. A great job by Coach Dugans and the overall development, of him. But you can see he's a well-rounded player too. And with Johnny not going today, I was excited to see where Kentron would go with that moment. And he definitely did not disappoint. And it wasn't just with the ball in his hands. I think it was one of Rodney's touchdowns. I believe it was Rodney. He's 30 yards down the field with a big block that helped spring the touchdown. And so I love seeing that type of effort and just growth from all individuals. But I think he really set himself up to have a good season, and we're excited what he's going to be able to do to continue to impact this team.
Stay on that road for Matt Baker.
Hey Mike, Rodney Hill had a couple scores today. What did you see from him, and what did you kind of see the most growth from him this spring?
Yeah, just confidence. Understanding where to be. Obviously the finer details of how to do it, and then he's letting his playmaking ability take over. And I was really happy. He caught one on the touchdown catch. Rodney's hard on himself, and he really he approaches the game the way it should be approached, and he wants to be great. He wants every play to be great. And actually in Thursday's practice, there was a play at the end of practice where he missed an opportunity, and you let a pass kind of get away from him, that in a big moment, and he was really upset about it afterwards. And I talked to him that night and said, Coach, I have to make that play. It was the same play that he came back today and was able to make it over his shoulder, really nice touchdown catch with it. And I just think that's what you want to see. And he's very young, redshirt freshman. He's still got a lot in front of him. But when you approach each rep the way he does, and you take ownership, and it's not all going to be perfect. There's going to be good and bad that shows up throughout the journey. But he's really a remarkable young man. And I'm just excited about what his future is going to hold, and he's showing that he's going to be able to help us at a very high level, which what we fully expected coming into this year.
Go to Brendan.
Kalen DeLoach had 2 takeaways, also for the scores, I guess, of those live action. What did you see from him today, and just generally this entire spring?
Yeah, Kalen's a guy that he's got to be one of those heartbeats for us, and he's been here since we came through the door as a coaching staff. Probably as much growth from a young man from that first day to where he is now. Just in all things. His attitude, his approach. If he's not exceptional on a day, you know, it really shows up. Like, if he's not bringing that type of intensity, because that's just who he is. And, you know, I thought it was great today, to see him get a couple takeaways, you know, be able to, both in you know, good situations, and one on interception, one on when the ball got to the ground, you know, just being around the ball, being active, being physical. And I think he's put himself in position to have a really good you know, year upcoming, and you know, we need him to, because you know, he definitely is somebody that a team can feed off of. And, you know, obviously his energy and explosiveness, and just a really good playmaker.
Right next to me, Chrisney, front row to your right.
What did you think of the performance of the four quarterbacks, and especially Gronk in front of the biggest audience he's ever dealt with?
Yeah, you know, I think it was good. I mean, I think there was good, and there were some plays that were very teachable moments for all four of them. And you know, I thought they did a good job of responding. You know, there was Brock had a series where he missed a couple throws early. I was glad to see him come back at the end and you know, have that touchdown drive. You know, just not to let it go the other way. And you know, even AJ, you know, there was a series that you know, I thought he was just a little hesitant in some of the decision making, and you know, to be able to come back. And I thought he had a really good drive at the end as well. So you know, I'm really pleased with the growth in that room. There's a lot of competition. I think Tate, you know, has done a great job you know, continuing to push to take another step. And you know, I know I've talked about it all year. And you know, Jordan, you know, he's really working to improve. And today it was not perfect, and there was things that he knows in the moment where it could be better, and things that he knows where he can even be more efficient. But I mean, the throw to Kentron, the rhythm and timing on that, it was beautiful. I was getting to stand right behind it. I mean, he couldn't have placed the ball, you know, any better. And it was well before, you know, Tron even came out of his break. The ball's in air, and it's what you want to see. And that type of control, command, and confidence is something that's going to be big for us. And you know, all those guys are pushing for it.
Come here to Kyle in the front to your left.
Coach, going through the spring, you talked about the work better and these guys getting better each and every day. Was today another step in that right direction of seeing these guys do that?
Yeah, I think so. And I mean, you know, I think you know, defensively, you know, our defensive front, you know, we want that to be a forcing unit. You know, you saw some great opportunities where they were making things really challenging to be able to run the ball in some spots. You see guys that are flying around. You know, it's the way they were attacking, you know, being able to create some pressure, I mean, was really good. You know, we have some newcomers there on the offensive line, some guys that are experienced. You know, tried to hold Maurice and Darius didn't get a whole lot of work today. Obviously, Rob's out, so we have a lot of new faces that are working with the offensive line. But it was great film, great opportunity for those guys to see, to learn, to continue to push the efficiency and execution for us. And you know, I think we've improved. And you know, we're going to have an unbelievable summer. We're going to have a great fall camp. And, you know, I've got a lot of confidence that this team will continue to invest for what they're capable of doing. And just continuing to get better.
Stay over here for Essen.
Yeah, Coach. You guys have the spring game today, the spring showcase today. Then you have one more practice Monday. Was that like just your plan? Like, what do you want to get out of the showcase to take to Monday's practice? Like,
no, I mean, ideally, I'd love to do that every year because you know it's so many years in my coaching career coming up. You know, you would have the spring game, spring showcase in our situation, but you would have you know, that opportunity, and then you know coaches get on the road, and you know, it's just all the things with recruiting, and so you would really miss out on a chance to go through and really get some of those finer details of teaching, and then you know just getting it back on the field and having that fundamental approach with special teams. We'll be able to go through some variations of look and preparation of you know, things that you might see, some things that maybe you know, offensively our defense wasn't, you know, maybe they get to see as much of or want to continue to work, or vice versa. You know, offensively getting different defensive looks. You know, we do a lot, so it's a lot of not a ton that we need to really work you know, what's extra on, but it is about the finer details, and anything that you know, has been maybe a reoccurring you know, issue in spring, kind of clean that up and help guys understand the expectation for you know when they're out there, and you know, it's player-led opportunities in the summer, and you know what they can do, And, the great thing is with some of the rule changes and what we're able to do with meetings and being around our guys, I mean, it just definitely helps so much.
Stay here for Kurt.
Looking at the bigger picture, I think you knew a lot about this team coming in the spring. A lot of guys played a lot of football for you over the last 3 years. Did you learn anything about this team this spring?
I mean, I thought they worked, and I know it's one thing, we have to have an edge. I mean, it's critical, absolutely critical. That's what this team's built on. It's built on that edge of work, toughness, physicality, going out and getting better. And that's where, when people don't think you're worth a crap, it's not hard to have an edge. People start telling you that, that they think you're pretty good, you gotta maintain that focus and that drive of self-improvement and blocking out all the things that, all the things you didn't listen to a year ago, you talk about what you don't need to listen to them now. And it's truly about leaving the field every day, or leaving, the weight room or the classroom, and did I give my best, and did I get better? And if you can achieve that, then you got a chance. And I think this team, it is more player-led than any team that we've had, and that's what it should be. I want to be coach inspired. I want our coaches to make sure that we're teaching, we're inspiring these guys, we're pushing them, showing them all the things that they can do, and then I want the players to have the ownership of taking the reins and making sure that the standard is showing up on a daily basis.
And we'll come back to Brendan.
New uniforms were unveiled at the end of the showcase. They actually seem pretty positive on play, which is hard to do that universally. How much input did you have in that? I guess what's that mean for the program to have that step forward?
No, I mean, it's great, and it's something that it is something that we've definitely discussed. Jason Basin, was remarkable. Our partnership with Nike and just the collaboration, our athletic department. We work together through it. I love the traditional, look that it shows, but also, with the representing the Seminole tribe and keeping that a part of what we're doing, and making sure that still has a strong place in the uniform, but still getting back to that classic Florida State that's so well appreciated. And I think it's a great looking uniform. I think they've done a wonderful job. Excited to see our guys wearing it here this fall.
Alright, last one will be our.
It's not really related to the game today, but the portal calendar, I guess, opens back up again now for a couple weeks. Is that something? Do you like the fact that like this, where it is, falls down the calendar? And how does it change your guys' approach? Do you have to have kind of new exit meetings again to just make sure where everybody's on the same page, or how do you handle it?
We're gonna have, we'll have exit meetings, and being able to, that's been something that the last few years I've tried to have. Is that we'll have that practice. We'll also have meetings that are surrounding that with position coaches. Next week I'll have the following week I'll have all my head coach exit meetings with each player. I think it's always good to be able to get an understanding of where guys are, things that need to be continue to be improved on, and you'll be able to go from there. And it's always great to get the feedback of the player's perspective, and then just our perspective for them as well. And so the day of age of the transfer portal and opportunities, I'm sure it'll be interesting across the country, but it's I like where we are, and I like this group we have, and it'll be good conversations for us to have as individuals and as a team.
Alright, thank you, Coach.
Thank you, guys.
Thanks, Mike.